Hello, my lovely Leos. Welcome to your 2019 forecast for the year ahead. It's going to be a 12-month forecast, one card for each month. If you want a private reading just for yourself, I am having a special sale. That's going to come with some like affirmation homework, manifestation help. So you can check out the description for details of there. I am using the SASURAIBITO Tarot that has been put together by a local artist. It's a really beautiful little indie deck. So I figured new deck for me, New Year readings, why not put the two together? And I'll have a link to in the description if you're interested in learning more about the deck or how to get it. I don't make any money from the sales of this deck. If you buy it, I don't see a penny. I'm just all about supporting artists and people who are putting their work out there. So that'll be out there too. Here's your January, Leo. I'm going to pull the first 6 months, February, and then I'll start reading March, and then I'll pull the second half. April, May, June, and of course July, right? There's your July. All right, so, and then I'll pull the second half. So for January, you all have 6 of Pentacles, Leo. So a lot of you are coming into this energy where you're wanting to have a fair give and take. This could also be getting out of debt. You might have a focus in the early part of the year where you're like, this is the year. I'm going to get some debt off my back, or I'm going to get into a place where I'm more stable, where I'm able to save money, put money aside, and then, you know, be generous when I can, or do good with the money that I'm accumulating. So this could also be a gift of money coming your way. Maybe you got a nice little bonus at the end of the year, at 2018, and you're looking at ways to invest this, or you're looking at ways to do good with it. But whatever it is, a lot of you Leos are coming into January with a positive outlook or hopefulness towards your financial future. And that might be where your mindset is at the beginning of the year for a lot of you Leos. Coming into February, we've got 8 of Swords. So you have this positive idea, or you have this goal about having this really secure financial future. And then coming into February, those dark clouds are coming up around the mind. And so you're maybe feeling pessimistic or worried, or you're feeling stuck, or you're feeling like, well, that can't happen until this other thing happens, and my hands are tied and I'm stuck. And you begin feeling very sad, and you begin feeling very trapped. The good news about 8 of Swords is it lets us know that we're feeling stuck, but that there's something that we are missing. There's something that we are not seeing, and there is a way out. So maybe meditate. If you're into prayer, pray, call on your guardian angels and your guides. Ask them to help you see the solution that you've been missing, because they're trying to say, hey, Leo, pay attention. Look, there's a way out. Here's how we can fix this. But sometimes those dark clouds are so thick and heavy around us that we don't see, we don't notice, we don't hear it. So ask for help in being able to see the way to move forward. A lot of times this is like, we're trapped, but it's in our mind. Coming into March, we have 8 of Pentacles. And 8 of Pentacles is a card about studying, perfecting something, really putting a lot of work into your skill or your craft. So some of you are deciding to take on some new area of study. Maybe some of you are full on going back to school. Maybe some of you are picking up some kind of like a certification or a quick little training that's adding a new skill to your arsenal. Some of you are just really getting busy in your current career. Like you're really trying to work up the ladder. You're really giving it your all. You're trying to show your higher ups that you're in it to win it, so to speak, and that you're really putting in hard work. The good news about 8 of Pentacles is that people are seeing this about you. Like they're seeing the quality of what you're bringing to the table. They're seeing your efforts, and you're being seen in a good way, in a positive way. The one other kind of thing that comes in with 8 of Pentacles is that don't forget to take breaks. Don't forget to make time to have fun, because you might be in such a focused, perfectionist move here that you don't want to, you know, bleed yourself dry. You don't want to burn the candle at both ends. So make sure that you're being balanced, Leo, in this pursuit as well. Coming into April, ooh, we have the Emperor. So some of you, Emperor could actually be associated with fire signs. So this could be some of you really coming into this aspect within yourself. Some of you may be dealing with another fellow fire sign. But the Emperor is energy about really being confident, knowing what you want, going for it, not feeling intimidated, not feeling like you have to answer to other people, and making your decisions confidently, being confident about the decisions that you're making moving forward. I am hearing some of you are overcoming some really heavy energy with a father figure. Like maybe there's a lot of things you haven't done in your life because there's been criticism from a father figure, or a father figure has made you feel like you're not thinking things through, or you don't know what you are doing. And a lot of you are breaking out of that. You're breaking out of that, you know, worry that you don't know what you're doing, or that weirdness, or that like needing to approve, needing for approval. You're breaking out of that. Another thing about the Emperor, guys, is the Emperor is very confident. Not because they've never messed up, but because whatever garbage is in the world, they have dealt with it. They've gone out there, they've eaten the garbage, they've made all the mistakes, they've fallen on their face, they have failed time and time again, but they've gotten up, and each time they've gotten up wiser, right? So there's nothing they haven't been through. Like, they've seen it all, Emperor. And so they believe in themselves because they know, hey, there's nothing I can't handle. I've been through it before. So a lot of you Leos are coming into that energy. Like, I got this. I got this. I already know, you know, what all the different possible outcomes are, and I know that I'm going to find solutions if something goes wrong, and I know that I'm going to climb up on, you know, out of it. Emperor could also be, some of you are building an empire. You're building some kind of an empire, my friends. You're building some kind of you know, whether this is like retirement funds that you're putting into place, or creative projects that you're putting out, or your own little business that you're getting started, or bringing in your close network of friends and family, you know, getting your circle, your personal circle defined, whatever it might be, but coming into this power, coming into this strong energy, and just owning it, and believing in yourself. January, February, March, April, May. The Magician. I love the Magician. I love this card. Some of you who are like closer to my age, some of you might be too young to even know who I'm talking about. But this card, every time I look at it, I see a young Robert Smith, and I love The Cure. I just adore The Cure. So that to me is very funny. But the Magician, coming back to the card itself, is a card about manifesting. It's about coming into your flow and being able to work a little more effortlessly, because you're coming onto your life path, you're coming onto your purpose, you're coming onto the things that bring you joy. And as you're stepping into this path, doors begin opening up a little bit more effortlessly, and you're calling in that which you need. You have what you need to get started. What you don't have that you're going to need, you're going to be able to manifest fairly quickly. So it's really, this is about a vibration and maintaining a certain vibration, right? So this is, I'm forgetting where we are, January, February, March, April, May. Coming into June, my dears, we've got Queen of Swords. This could be an air sign. Some of you might be dealing with an air sign. Some of you may have air in your chart. So some of you are having to have balance, or maybe having an issue with boundaries with an air sign, or with a person in your life. It could be you. You're the one who has an issue with the boundaries. So some of you who are taking on the Queen of Swords traits, Queen of Swords, you got to know how you're talking to her. She doesn't mess around. Like, if you're coming up to her, you got to come to her correct. You have to know how you're speaking to her. And she doesn't have time to mess around. She's got things she needs to do. She's got things that she needs to work on, because her survival depends on it. Her kingdom depends on it. So if there's anybody who's coming into her life who is getting in the way, or sabotaging it, or distracting her from what she needs to do, she doesn't have time for it. Like, she's just gonna cut it off. She's like, you know, she's like She's not having it. So some of you are having to come into this energy as well, Leo. Some of you, as you're coming into this Emperor energy and into this confident energy, there's going to be people around you that have known you for a long time who aren't going to like it. And they're going to try to tell you what you're supposed to be doing or who you're supposed to be. Or they might be trying to get you to change your mind about these changes that you're making. And they're trying to get you back into, quote unquote, the old you. So there might be people that you have to put straight. And there might be people that you have to let them know, like, you know, either you're on board or you need to let it go. You need to let me go. Some of you may be ending some toxic relationships or just old vibration relationships that aren't working for you anymore because you're not on the same frequency. But to me, Queen of Swords is about boundaries and moving forward and not letting people or things get in your way. Coming into July, we have Four of Swords. And this is about needing to rest. This is about needing some time away from other people. Right? So after you do clean house, we had Queen of Swords. After you do clean house, you're going to need some time to just kind of chill and release and rest and recharge and get into your zen. Some of you are needing to get into your zen. And, you know, really, you might go into a little bit of a do not disturb mode. Okay, you might not be wanting to be around a lot of people. You might not be very social. Some of you are really coming into, I don't know if I want to call it a come to Jesus moment. And I don't mean specifically just Christianity, because I know there's a lot of people who are watching this video who are other religions or who don't have a religion. But what I mean by that phrase is a lot of you may be having a moment where you're coming to some sense of like, you're looking for something greater outside of yourself to bring in guidance, to bring in healing, whether you're trying to connect with your intuition or you're trying to connect with your guides or your angels or your higher power or higher self, whatever it might be. You're beginning to pull on something outside of yourself to help you move forward. Because I think whatever this release is that's happening, it's going to feel very draining for a lot of you. So you're looking for ways to move forward with support and help that's not going to fail you, because let's face it, people fail us. So let's look into the second half of the year. So let's do August, September, October, November, December. All right, so August is about the Empress. I love it. So you already had the Emperor coming up, right? And then now you have the Empress. So whichever one of you is the feminine and the masculine or whatever it might be, to me this says, Leo, a lot of you are calling in a soulmate, because you already had Emperor come up and now we have Empress. And Empress, very much like the Emperor, you know, she is seen as very nurturing, very loving, very motherly, very independent, very creative, very in control. She's a strong, independent woman. There's nothing that she can't do. But she hasn't lost her warm side. She hasn't lost her femininity. She hasn't lost those qualities or traits that are seen as feminine traits. Very strong and very independent and the ruler of her own empire. So for some of you, there's a really significant soulmate coming in that is teaching you a love that is very different than the traditional love. I've often said this, that this isn't two people who are fighting for control of the driver's seat. It's not two people trying to drive the same car. It's two people who are in two separate cars entirely. Empress has her own car, Emperor has his own car, and maybe like they drive and they meet each other there, right? Like, I'll see you there, right? So they're doing things their own way. And it's not like this codependent relationship. So I think some of you are having a soulmate come in that's teaching you really intense love and connection without the clinginess, without that codependent energy. Another meaning here of Empress could be pregnancy. So for some of you where that has been a goal, or that's been something that you've been working for or that you've been wanting to have, sometimes she can signify somebody's getting pregnant. And this is, again, in the month of August. But some of you are just really coming into that higher power energy, that creativity, that nurturing, being very irresistible to a lot of people around you even. So that's fun. September is Two of Cups. I love this card, guys. I really do, especially the way that this artist has this picture here. To me, Two of Cups is very much a card about, like I said, breaking out of codependency and learning how to have a healthy relationship. Learning how to be there with someone who has your back and you have their back, but you're loving in a healthy, non-clingy, non-possessive, non-manipulative, selfish kind of way. It's about balance. It's about a healing relationship. And like I said, I mean, this to me is really driving it home that a lot of you Leos are having a really significant relationship coming into your life in 2019, where this person is teaching you all kinds of things about love, and you're learning all about kinds of things about yourself. And you're learning how to have a relationship without the codependency, without the weirdness, without your old little tactics. Some of you had a massive fear of emotional intimacy, and this person is making you feel safe to do this while you still have your independence and you have your identity, and you're not like becoming weak or dependent. You know, you're not whatever you were afraid about, you're releasing those fears and you're letting somebody in emotionally. Yeah, so Two of Cups is really healthy energy in the love life. So if you are with someone and you're trying to save the relationship, you know, September could be a time when there's really positive things coming out of it. Maybe some of you are deciding to go to counseling together. Maybe some of you are like going back to some religion or something that you're doing together. Or, you know, you're just, you know, starting off with a fresh slate and behaving better, you know, the two of you together. Those of you who are single, you might find that all of a sudden you're being attracted to people who are so not your type, but it's because you're no longer attracted to the drama or to the craziness. You're looking for stability, you're ready for stability, and you're starting to be attracted to stable. And that's a lovely thing, Leo. October is Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles can be scary energy for a lot of people because it's stepping out into the unknown. Sometimes it can be like a job that's suddenly ending, or you're leaving a job, or you're making a move, like geographical move, and it feels very scary because things feel very up in the air. But typically the message with Five of Pentacles is that you're going on a bit of like a little soul's journey. And in this difficult time when maybe you are in a situation where you can't be spending a whole lot of money and things might not be, you know, very clear to you how things are going to turn out, you're really finding out who's there for you. Like, there's people stepping up who are really proving themselves to be really good, true blue friends that you can depend on. It could be a card about lovers that like they're going through hard times, but it's making them stronger. So even though it's not really seen as a time of like, you know, massive career success or massive financial abundance, it is about getting through, realizing that the universe has your back, that you are being taken care of in a cosmic sense, and that you're like learning love, you're learning connection and relationship with friends and even a romantic partner. Coming into November, Knight of Cups. So again, this is messages of love. Somebody might be opening up their heart to you. Some of you may be dealing with a water sign, okay? And this water sign may have some masculine traits, whether they're a male or a female. They may have some masculine traits in terms of like what we consider in our Western society, or a lot of societies, I should say. A lot of societies think of like leadership and, you know, like taking the charge or planning or logic. For whatever reason, this is deemed a quote-unquote masculine trait. Right? So some of you are having a partner come into your life, or a person come into your life with that energy. You might be feeling a little bit lost. We said Five of Cups, right? Like you don't know what's happening and things may feel very unclear. And Knight of Cups is showing up like this knight in shining armor. Like, let me show you the way. Some of you, this is somebody coming in, again, romantically. And so somebody might be opening up about the feelings that they have for you, or that they've had for you for a long time, or what you really mean to them. Or vice versa, Leo. You might be encouraged to open up to others and to adapt some of those water traits and be a little bit more expressive in your emotions and let somebody know how you feel. It's a general reading, so it's going to apply in different ways to different ones of us. You may need a private reading. Like I said, I'm having the sale. Check out the description for that. But, you know, this is definitely some new experience or new journey coming into your life that is bringing you comfort, joy, happiness. So you might be feeling out in the cold, you know, the month before, but the following month, things are moving forward in a way where you're feeling very fulfilled and very safe. Coming into the month of December, woohoo, 3 of Pentacles. This is a great card. So this is going to mean different things in different ways. In your career life, it's like collaboration, and it could be something is being offered to you. So it could be in the workplace, they're beginning to give you jobs or tasks that are outside your regular scope, and you might be like, what's going on? Why are they doing this? And it's because they're testing you out. They're testing the waters. They have plans for you. They want to move you up, but first they want to see how, you know, you're going to respond to a certain situation, or see if it's a good fit before there's, like, you know, contracts or like official jobs or things being offered you. Some of you are accepting employment that I feel is lower level or lower end, and maybe you're taking it out of, I don't want to use the word desperation, but like you need to work. So you're like, you know, whatever, I'll just take this. But these people are hiring you on, and they see a lot of potential in you, and they have an idea to utilize you better. Like they just want to get your foot in the door, and they want to see how things go, and then they might have a plan to move you up. So some of you are starting a job where you're going to get promoted, or you're going to advance fairly quickly, or like within the first few months of being there. In your love life, 3 of Pentacles is a relationship where like you're beginning to realize that, okay, this could really go somewhere. Like we could really make something happen here. So it's like taking a more serious turn, even though it's not to the level of like putting a ring on your finger or getting engaged. But it's definitely, you know, like, okay, this could, I'm paying attention. This could really go somewhere. Let's see, let's work together. So it's progress in that way as well. So Leo, if you do want a private reading, if you want your own forecast, what I was thinking that I could do is have this special where I do the 12-month reading month by month, but also if there's something you're trying to manifest for 2019, or if there's something you're trying to release or let go of, I could help you by coming up with a little custom affirmation for you, some soul homework to do to help with the manifestation or the release, and then give you the reading as well. So typically I do that package for $150, but for the new year, to help a lot of people who are feeling stuck, I thought $40 would be a really, really good, like, it's still reasonable, but it's still affordable for a lot of people. So if you want to give yourself a little gift coming into the new year, all of the information is in the description. You can reach out to me. You can also watch your moon sign and rising sign forecasts too, if you want a little bit more added layers or information specific to you. And thank you guys. This has been really fun for me. The YouTube channel is fairly new for me, or making videos is fairly new to me. So I appreciate so much you all allowing me to be part of your journey. Continue to look at the weekly forecasts. I'm going to keep doing those. Every week I do a forecast for each sign. And thank you guys. Thank you for liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting. Thank you for letting me be part of your journey. Happy New Year.